I would like to get better at public speaking. I'm so afraid sharing my ideas, projects, or whatever when facing adults. No problem with there are only kids in the audience of any kind. Okay, I got it. I would love to talk with a normal heart rate. That's great. Be authentic and myself, my great grandest self, not my nervous self. And there are few easy things to do, but the first thing is, I would say, the way you look at yourself. And because the fear comes from the ego, right? The ego is afraid. And why are we afraid? And public speaking is one of the biggest fears, by the way. We're afraid because we're afraid of failure. We're afraid of losing face. We're afraid of people, nobody likes us. I mean, all this humiliation.
Rejection.
Yeah. What
abuse,
if this, yeah.
They might throw tomatoes.
Right, no. But that's not that much. But what if someone in the audience knows it better than me? What if someone asks a question I cannot answer?
I'll come out as a fraud.
Exactly. So we have all these ideas. And I've had many times in audiences that people are smarter in one area, professors or whatever. And one of the most important things that I mastered is to be able to say, I don't know. I don't have a shame of not knowing. It's not a shame. I know a lot, but I don't know everything. So the first thing you need to accept for yourself, you do not need to know everything. The number two thing is, and that's the biggest thing for me, it's not about you. It's about the message. You are just a messenger, right? And as long as you have your passion, you have your integrity, you come from your heart, you will always receive love and I would say appreciation, because you're doing the best you can. And when
from those that understand, right?
Yeah.
So I think to tag on to that, I also think we need to realize that, we'll never serve everybody.
No,
there is no way that in any, honestly, in any size of audience, apart from even one person, right?
But
you will always have people in there who will like you, then you have people who don't like you, people who are triggered by you, people who admire you. I mean, you have them all, right? Once I realized that those who matter, right, will understand, and those who don't really don't matter.
Yeah, or are not ready yet. We know.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter for you.
It doesn't matter why, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes we get so caught up in, but why don't they like me? But I must share. And then we say, no. What happens when you want even more, right? You'll get even more resistance.
Right.
It kind of becomes this conflict of egos, right? Who's going to just be more forceful at it?
Yeah, true. So true.
Okay, so public speaking, we know why it's so scary, because all these actually irrational fears come up. Because you see, I think it leads so beautifully into just how our brain works. Because we no longer have that Sibultan tiger, the what's he called, the tiger running after us. So we no longer have the real threats on our lives. We have different threats, but our brain doesn't know the difference, right? So our brain will make so much nonsense out of imagined perceived threats. Like, oh, I will be humiliated. Well, I mean, what's the biggest that will happen if you talk in front of a public and they don't like you? I don't know, they might boo. I hardly ever see that. I've never seen them throw stuff.
No.
So the most that will happen is that maybe some will say, oh, well, I don't know, I didn't really connect to that.
I don't agree.
I don't agree. But nobody's going to take your life, right? Nobody's going to.
Not anymore.
So it's not real. And I think I'm reading this beautiful book by Michael Singer called The Untethered Soul. And the chapter I was reading yesterday really puts it down so beautifully that the only thing that messes us up is our addiction with our psyche. We are addicted to analyzing our psyche. We never analyze or question our bodies that much. Never, right? But we will go into whole rants up here of, oh, I wonder whether they liked me. Oh, maybe they didn't. Oh, maybe I should do this. Oh, I'm sure you didn't do that. Right? All those conversations. This is so much energy that is being wasted on actually an addiction that is in no way serving you, right? And when I was reading that yesterday, I thought it is actually that simple.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Right? It makes sense. We're the biggest critics of ourselves in that.
If only we had the consciousness, and I know we all have that because that's the reason why we're here together. because we are seeking that kind of conscious life, I think that's what we can all agree on, right? We want to be conscious of what we're creating.
Right.
We want to be aware of what we're having, right? And if we only take that moment to be in these struggles, public speaking or whatever, take that moment and say, okay, what am I really afraid of right now? And am I actually just entertaining my psyche here? And what if I just didn't? What if it's, it's just like a bad habit. You just don't do it anymore. There's not really a gray zone. You just say, okay, stop. What's really important? What's really important in that moment? And that always helps me. And I often feel nervous before every event. I'll have this surge of, oops, right? What it helps me is, what you said, it's not about me. I release all attachment to the outcome. My only goal is just to be the best friggin' channel that I can be. And to manage my state, to make sure that I stay in that great state, and everything else, really, it's not up to us, right?
And just a few simple tricks as well. When you're standing in front of the public, we often lose our connection with self, right? Because we're focused on there, and one person is not smiling. Again, this sort of addiction goes there. So every time that happens, remember to ground yourself. To just come back and to breathe. One of the biggest fears of speakers is that they do not take time of silence. They think they need to keep on speaking. Well, it's much more powerful if you stand there. You're breathing, you're looking around, you're connecting with people. It's okay to be
scary.
It's the toughest thing to do, right?